Good morning. In this week's Haftarah it says, Va'avdi David Nasi Aleihem. That David HaMelech will be my servant upon all Jews. King David. And also it says further, you take one stick and I have on it Yehuda and all Jews that are with him, and Eitz Yosef, which Ephraim will have, and all his people will be with him. You bring both of them together, and I'll put Yehuda's on top of Yosef, and it'll be one stick. So what is the idea of Shevet Yehuda? And we see its connection to the Parsha. But in the connection of the Parsha shows the way Yehuda has to come onto Yosef, which Yosef is on top, supposedly. Yehuda is bowing down to him. So that would be while we are before the Gula. Yosef could be higher. When we come to the Gula Amitis Vashlema, will be Yehuda on top of Yosef, and it'll be one eitz, one stick, one kingdom of Shevet Yehuda. So what's the difference in Yehuda and Yosef? We can say Talmud, learning, and action. So Yosef is the idea of learning. And together with that, Yaakov sent Yehuda before him. Shalach Lefanav sent him to open up a yeshiva. Because before you go to any city, you need to know that there's a yeshiva, there's a cheder. To keep Judaism alive, you need to learn Torah. You need to internalize the Torah you learn. You can't just say, I'm learning Torah, and let the word stay in the Sefer. But you have to internalize the words and make it part of your existence. Not just say, I'm learning Torah. But he sent him. And that's why you need a yeshiva wherever you go. To keep Judaism alive, you need to learn Torah and internalize it. So he sent him where? To Eretz Goshen, the land of Yosef, which is Talmud. And Yaakov lived his 17 best years, Gemat Tov, in Eretz Goshen. Also, Talmud is not just to read the words, but to be mechadish in Torah. Go through a whole shak of the Tanya and Gemara. And Kol Masha Talmud Vasik Asid Lachadish, that even the Torah that you are Machadish was given already to Moshe Bahar Sinai. One of the ways we can actually bring a Gula on Torah is through revealing new insights in Torah. So even though it was given by Matan Torah, by Moshe Rabbeinu, it was all hidden. It says by Moshe ben Yisrael, Rabbi Akiva, he darshan every line in Torah. Many things. Moshe was almost fainted. He didn't know what was going on. Because Moshe Rabbeinu got the Torah, and everything else was included in Torah. Everything is included in Torah. So he got face value, but in the Torah encompasses everything. In Gemara, how do we know this thing? Pasuk in the Torah. I dashne this way, I dashne that way. That's in Gemara. Everything comes from the Torah. And that's why it's Yosef, which Yosef means to add in Torah. But we have a whole machlekes, so to say, in Gemara, which one is greater, Talmud Gadol or Ma'aser Gadol? So Yehuda is Ma'aser, Haida and Kfiyah. Sometimes we have to force ourselves to do mitzvahs. Sometimes the Yetzer Hara overpowers us. So we have to force ourselves to do mitzvahs. And Haida is praise and giving thanks to God. Bittul to Hashem. Nullification to Hashem. That's Yehuda. So which is greater? Ma'aser or Talmud? So they came to a conclusion, Talmud Gadol. Why is Talmud Gadol? Because it brings to Ma'aser. It brings to action. That means when you learn Torah, you have to bring it to yourself and do what it says in Torah. It has to bring to action, and that's why Talmud is greater. You have to know what to do, so you learn look in Torah. You cannot let your animalistic soul to overpower you. It has to be that every action you do is according to Torah. And you have to be mitzvah in yourself. You have to imagine, picture to yourself the Nois in Torah. That's God that commanded these actions. So therefore, it's connected to Birurim. Refining the world, refining the human being. When Mashiach comes, it'll be Ma'aser Gadol. It'll be Ma'aser. Action. Action will be the main thing. Like it says, we'll do mitzvahs, ki mitzvahs tzeinecha. Like the will of God, that's what we'll do in mitzvahs. Nowadays, we're lost in Galos. You have 100 mitzvahs. 110 mitzvahs, 96 mitzvahs, I don't know how many added all the mitzvahs. So what is Yehuda? Yehuda is Haida. And that's why Mashiach is called David. Because David was an Anav. Ani ve'evyein ani. So the Eibusha will help. That through this gas of Mashiach and from Malchus Beis David, we'll go to the Gula Amitis V'Ashlema by bringing forth Sai Eitz Yosef and Sai Eitz Yehuda, Torah and Ma'aser, and we'll go towards the Gula Amitis V'Ashlema when we'll learn Torah. Torah Chadash Me'iti Teitzei. And when Mashiach comes, it will be Ma'aser Gadol. Which that is the same idea as in any aspect of Torah. One Sanhedrin can nullify another Sanhedrin. So when Mashiach comes, it will be at a much higher level. And we will actually paskin that Ma'aser is Gadol. And we wouldn't have to learn Torah anymore. Because the Torah we learned already, we accomplished everything. I will know what to do. I will have Maisa Godel. And Be'ez Hashem will go through Gula Amitis Ashleima, take it from Yad Mamish now. Long live our master, teacher, and Rebbe King Mashiach forever and ever. Long live our master, teacher, and Rebbe King Mashiach forever and ever. Long live our master, teacher, and Rebbe King Mashiach forever and ever.